Welcome back. Now couldn't be a more pertinent time around the globe to talk about health and health-related matters. In the long run, we all want good health, we want to be free of disease and, of course, lead a long, painless life. One way to attain this is through martial art. And one particular art form in the limelight for today's discussion is Yan Shou Gong. I hope I've pronounced it correctly, otherwise known as the martial art of longevity. If you find conventional martial art movements too rigid and hard to learn, you may want to consider trying Yan Shou Gong instead. It is said that regular practice of this art form strengthens one's chi and body, leading to a long, healthy life. Joining me in the studio today is Sifu Wong from Seed Kung Fu Combat Systems. Welcome, Sifu. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
We talk about Yan Shou Gong.
Yan Shou Gong.
Yan Shou Gong. And this otherwise is known as the martial art for longevity.
Yes, the art.
Tell us about this art form. And really, it sounds so promising, the martial art for longevity.
Yes, literally the word Yan Shou Gong, which is translated from the Mandarin dialect, it means the art of longevity. So being simply said, if we would like to live longer and happier, just practice YSG.
Right. Okay. So this art form is unique in the sense that it was created here in Malaysia using elements of other traditional art forms.
Yes. Let me just introduce what is the background or the history of this art. Okay. Back in the early 90s, there was these two remarkable gentlemen by the name of the late Grandmaster Chi Kim Tong, which is the founder of the Five Ancestors Feast Malaysia, and also together with the late Grandmaster Yap Ching Hai. So both of these remarkable gentlemen here thought of that in order for the modern society to benefit from the traditional Chinese martial arts, it's going to be quite challenging in terms of commitments and stuff with the modern society. So they decided to take two main arts from there by the name of Wu Chi and also Lo Han Ri. Sorry for the technical terms on that. So it's a very long form. So what they do is that they try to simplify it, make it into a much more approachable method, simpler, but at the same time be able to enjoy the same benefits from the traditional forms and make it into YSG, or the art of longevity.
Does it make it a lesser art form in terms of martial arts? Because we say martial arts, we're thinking Taekwondo and Karate and Aikido, right?
Yes.
So does this mean that it's any lesser of an art form? What are the strokes and movements like?
It's shorter, but we try to maintain the essence of it,
which is
the internal practice. Okay, where we try to understand our body better, how do we operate our tendons and muscles in our body to perform the optimum performance into our daily lives as well.
And how does YSG do that? What kind of internal movements are we practicing, and what are some of, I guess, as you say, the essence of this art form?
Yeah, it's just like for Qigong practice, if you might have heard of Qigong,
yes, that's right.
So we try to harvest energy from our internal in order for us to stay more energetic and stuff. Same goes to YSG as well, okay, Yan Shou Gong, YSG, where there are some external movement. This is like in martial arts that we see in traditional Chinese Kung Fu, but at the very same time, we try to be aware of what is actually happening inside our body while we perform all those movements and forms. It's just like, how are we going to be able to use a certain tendency into our body into performing the movement itself?
So you pointed out earlier it's at a much slower pace. Does this mean it's perhaps catered for seniors who prefer something less, physical?
Yes, it's less vigorous. It's unlike the, the Kung Fu stuff, which is very rough and stuff like that. It is much more softer in a sense.
Who is YSG perhaps, best suited for?
We're looking for like working professionals all the way to retiree who is constantly feeling bodily pain, who is always feel tired, who don't have much time to work out, who cannot do active activities, and also for those who is constantly under stress.
Right, here we see you in this video performing some of the movements. I understand there are 36 sets to this.
Yes, there is 36 sets out of it, because that was the simplified version of the long form originally, but still maintain the benefits of the art.
Okay, what are some of the steps that you think you could share with us, with our viewers today? Is this something that you can perform at home once you learn learn the basics?
Yes, it is. You can actually perform at home. We don't need much props. We don't need much space in order for you to do that. Now, instead for me of demonstrating it, maybe I can ask someone to just help me to just feel the difference of it.
We have just the right person for that. My colleague Gerard Ratnam, executive producer, is here. He's a martial artist himself. Sensei, hello, welcome to the show today. Perform, gentlemen, and also perhaps, Sifu, you could explain to us what some of these movements mean. I'll just move to the side here.
All right, sure. So I'm going to, in our form, there's a movement of turning my body to the left, something like this, okay, as you can see in the video earlier on. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to do exact the same movement, turning my body to the left. So what I would like Gerard to help me to do, I would like you to use both of your hands to just press down my right shoulder here. So my intention to turn my body to the left, to my left, okay? So when I try to...
is this a self-defense move? Because that's what it's looking like.
Yes, you can actually use that as a self-defense method as well. So just pin me down and maintain the pressure. So if I'm going to use brute strength to turn my body to the left, let's see what happened to me. Just pin me down. So you see, like, if I'm going to just turn it, I myself is going to move. You see that? So that is by using brute force. But if let's try to do that again, okay, just pin me down, don't push, just pin me down. So now, I would like to just relax my hand here. Now, if I say I use the right mechanics on my body here, the moment when I turn, what is going to happen to me is that I can turn effortlessly to my left. Can you see that?
Wow.
So without using strength. Okay, that was what I did is that I transfer whatever Jared tried to pin me down here to the bottom of my feet. So it's literally I'm activating the force that he gave me through my tendons into moving my body.
A transfer of energy.
Transfer of energy, you can sort of that. So that is the ability to control the certain tendons into our body, and that is what Yan Shou Gong be able to, you know, the benefits of it, one of the benefits of it, which is understanding our body better.
And perhaps one more move, something that, you know, you think would be quite beneficial for our viewers to know.
Oh, yes. Let's say, for example, this particular move in the form is like lifting my arms up from here to here. Okay, so Jared, maybe you can help me one more time. So just put your hand like that. Okay, put my hand, just resist my hand from lifting up. Okay, so if I'm going to just lift up like that, so I just press me down when I lift it. So as I go, I lift it up, I'm using muscle to lift it, which is going to be very difficult and very tough because it's standing on top of me. So now, I'm going to use my back strings or my back tendon in order for me to lift up my hands here. This is what is going to happen. So one more time, Jared, if you don't mind. So before I do that, I'm going to roll my shoulder backwards, sink it down, activate the joints in my body. Now you notice that my fingers are still relaxed.
Right.
So the moment when I lift it, so what happened to Jared? He's going to move. Can you see that?
Absolutely.
Right? So in a relaxed manner, we'll be able to do that because I'm not fighting with him. I'm using my strings and my back in order for me to just lift up my arm.
Wonderful.
So everyone will be able to do that, you know, without you being a very buff or very athletic. Everyone should be able to do it with the approach.
That's right. Thank you so much to our colleague Gerard. Thank you for coming in here to demonstrate. So yes, it is besides being something for, you know, good health, long-term, you know, overall health. It's also a self-defense martial art.
It is. It's just like, for example, the move that I did just now, where Jared tried to pin my shoulder. If let's say someone wants to snatch our necklace, we can just do that move, exactly the same move that we did just now, and break someone's arm or elbow from there.
Really? Because that strength now has... explain what's happening with the energy and that transfer. Because you said earlier, as you demonstrated, you roll back your shoulders, you transfer the energy or that weight to other you know, joints, and then using that to fight back.
Yes. In order for us to perform those moves correctly, so instead of using the mechanics of the movement of muscles, so what I did was I don't use muscles to move that. I use tendons in order for me to move that. We call it strings inside our body there.
Sifu, of course, you are Sifu, which means you have years and years and years of, you know, this knowledge and expertise. But how quickly can someone learn this art form?
Oh, okay. Now, immediately after the first session of attending that, the participants should be able to feel the difference in their body and also the relief of what the art can bring to them.
And what kind of difference can they see? Because a lot of people, when you mention mentioned things like being tired and of course being, you know, overworked and stressed. Some of the immediate changes one can see would be things like better sleep, better concentration, better blood flow.
Yes, better blood flow definitely, because we are going to move our body around, so better blood flow, that's it. But I would say mostly like joint pains, they are going to relieve or feel the relief immediately after the first session itself. Like a lot of testimony that we have after the first session, they feel a relief on their lower back and the shoulders and even on their elbow as well after immediately the first sessions of trying it out.
That's right. So of course health is something everyone's talking about now, and also the immune system with you know, the virus and the outbreak that's happening, COVID-19. Can YSG help with immunity as well?
Yes, definitely, because it's a form of exercise anyway. So of course you don't need to be, you know, sweating so much, but in fact if you like to do the exercise, you will feel heat from the inside.
Wow.
So in other way, it's going to boost your immune system at the very same time. And also it helps you to recover for those who have just undergone some surgery. It will help you to recover as well, quicker.
Okay, the thing is YSG is not so widely available in the country. Do tell us where it's available. Share with us a little bit about your location.
Oh yes, definitely. I was like very honored and thankful to my teacher by the name of Master Yap Bo Hyung for giving me this opportunity to spread the art. For those who are interested for the art, you can just write to me on my email at info@seedkungfu.com.
All right, seedkungfu.com, that's right. It's on the screen right now, along with its website and Facebook page. Get in touch with Sifu Wong if you'd like to pursue this martial art for longevity. We could all use that, and it's not, you know, kung fu per se. You don't have to get out there and, you know, be a Bruce Lee.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much, Sifu, for coming in
for having me
and
here.
demonstrating some of the moves as well. That's all the time we have on Bernama today. Thank you for being with us, and I hope you found this edition fruitful, as well as our conversation and discussion right here. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.